War can be a horrifying and terrifying thing, but world wars are even worse. And in world wars, things can tend to get very dark for many, many people. And in today's video, we have three stories from both world wars that will make you rethink of what you thought of history, and you will realize that history has a much, much darker aspect to it. Now, in the number 3 spot, we have the murders of Nagirev. Evil regimes or armies committed not all the sinister plots and atrocities during the war. Sometimes seemingly normal communities shake hands with the ugly. In a small Hungarian town called Nagirev, a string of mysterious murders shook the region during the First World War. The murder spree in the small, isolated town started after the arrival of a sinister midwife. During the war, some lonely housewives started having odd flings with the Allied POWs, and had to seek the help of the midwife to put a lid on the whole matter. Her influence grew stronger, and she encouraged the people of the town to settle their scores between each other by using a deadly arsenic soup. This resulted in a large number of deaths in the town, including women and children. Some of the soldiers who survived the war came back to their wives, only to get poisoned by them. For years, the whole affair went unnoticed by neighboring communities because the town's clerk was the midwife's cousin, who never reported any death as murder in the papers. By the time the killing spree concluded, some 300 people were dead, including a large number of elderly people and children. In the number 2 spot, we have Irma Gries, the psychopath of Auschwitz. Convicted and hanged at the age of 22, Irma Gries rewrote the definition of being horrible, even by Nazi standards. She got the position in the Auschwitz due to her beefy outlook and ruthless attitude. Very few knew that she was a twisted psychopath. Irma got pleasure by torturing and beating people in all kinds of horrible ways. She would carry 2 hungry dogs with her at all time. She would beat people with her custom-made belt with pointy studs on. She quickly gained a reputation of a ruthless and evil person, and her popularity grew with every passing day. She would slash women with knives, and then see painful surgery to satisfy her. By her acts, she put many Nazis to shame, and was put to death when she was only 22, after committing a number of murders and torturing hundreds of prisoners. And now, in the number 3 spot, we have the cannibal Japanese army. Despite the fact that a lot of the propaganda against the Japanese army was conjured up by the US, however, there are no shortage of evil and sinister acts committed by the Japanese army during the war. During the Second World War, American airplanes were shot down over the Japanese islands of Chichijima. One of the pilots was rescued by a US submarine, while 8 others were captured by the Japanese army. Shortly after that, during a dinner party held to honor Japanese Imperial Navy officers, attendees were offered a special steak. This special steak was named Kimo, meaning fresh flesh, and it came from the bodies of one of the executed POWs. After the incident, a large number of Japanese army officials and soldiers started cannibalizing on US soldiers' bodies. On some occasions, body parts were amputated while the soldiers were still alive, later cooked and served to the officers. One pilot who narrowly escaped this ordeal and was picked up by the submarine near Chichijima went on to become the President of the United States. His name is George Bush Sr.